Hello everyone, today we will go over the Olympic and power bars, or basically the bars that are going to use an Olympic plate on them. Now we have the bars that you can use Olympic plates on. Basically, they have a bigger sleeve. They have a 2.5-inch sleeve versus the 1-inch bar. The rest of these come in all sorts of different options. So we have this top one in green. This is actually more of a power bar. Basically, they're calling it a power bar because it has a little more knurling. It's used for power lifting, which is a sport. It has the center knurling, which helps for things like back squats. It helps the bar not slide down. And then this ring is used for the powerlifting meets, so that's a powerlifting ring. This one below it is what you would probably call a multi-bar. So it has like a powerlifting ring and then an Olympic ring. And then it actually doesn't have any of the center knurl because it's also meant for like a clean and jerk and those kind of lifts that you see in the Olympics. But it still has the same kind of sleeve. And this bar, as you can tell, is pink. It's my wife's bar, and so that's nice because you can get these in all different colors. So if you have a particular color that seems less threatening to you, or you just have your favorite color, you can probably find this bar in it. The shafts also come in different sizes. So this is actually thinner. It doesn't have the same circumference as the green bar. So that makes it nicer for people with smaller hands. And it's actually lighter as well. It's about 10 pounds lighter than a regular power bar. Regular power bar is usually about 45 pounds or 20 kilograms. This is about 15 pounds or 15 kilograms. So that is nice as well because it can be used as a starter bar for someone who can't quite handle the 45-pound bar yet. And I can tell you already, this bar is also a little bit shorter, and then because it's lighter, it is actually easier to move around the gym. Now these happen to be the two we have. They actually do have bars that are even lighter than these. So if you're really just starting, and like even the 15 kilograms is going to be too much for you, they have bars that are even lighter. Now the downside for that is that they aren't going to be able to hold very much weight, not only just because the sleeve length is shorter, they're just not rated for as much weight. Now I know these aren't called the standard bar, but these are kind of just the standard type of bar nowadays. They're going to be what you usually see in gyms and everything. These are probably where I would go ahead and start, just because you can load more weight on them. They fit in a power rack, so a power rack is going to help keep you safe, and they have a ton of different choices. When you're looking at choices, you do have to think a little bit about it. This is a beautiful pink, but it does get marked up easier than my green. We're thinking it's just kind of the color. It's the lighter color shows the marks easier than the darker green because they are both Cerakote. They have tons of different coatings. You can get different knurlings. Like we mentioned, you can get it without the center knurl. They have different kinds of bushings. If you're just starting out, I would suggest going with just the bronze bushing. Just because they have like a needle bearing and different bushings in there. Those get very expensive, and those are made for Olympic lifting. The reason they put the bushings on there is for the spin. Now I'm spinning the collar, but generally it's the actual bar that will spin, and then your weight will look like it's standing still. This is mainly for something like the snatch or the clean and jerk. It just makes those movements easier if you don't have the momentum of the weight trying to throw you off when you're doing the movement. As you can see, even this power bar has a pretty decent spin, so you can use it for other movements. And that's kind of why I'm talking about the different style of bushings and why most people aren't going to need like the needle bearing bushing, because that, if I had one of those and spun it, it would just spin for a long time because it's a super smooth bearing. That wraps up Power Olympic barbells. Now leave it in the comments down below. What kind of bar would you want to start with? I would suggest just getting you a good quality Olympic bar and just going from there. If you get a good quality one, you're probably never going to need another barbell for the rest of your life, unless, of course, you just want a different style of barbell. And then leave a like if you found any of this helpful, and please subscribe, because next up we'll talk about a power rack, which will really unlock the potential of your bar.